Hey guys, so I wanted to do a 2 week update. Well, I usually do weekly updates with my surgery anyway, and I strangely until today it didn't really occur to me to do one because I didn't feel like there was much to tell, and I mean there kind of isn't, but I figured it was important anyway. I don't know. So 2 weeks post-op, how do I feel? I wouldn't say, in all honesty, I'm majorly different from last week. I mean, since getting the pump deflated, I felt better anyway. It did get to, if I recall correctly, it got to like Wednesday, Thursday, and I felt like I hadn't made any progress at all in regards to pain levels. And I was getting, not concerned as such, but more like frustrated, I guess would be the word. I was getting quite frustrated, thinking that the pain was never going to go or subside or anything like that. But then Friday, I actually woke up feeling pretty good, and so I felt like progress was being made. So that's good. The weekend has gone by. It's now Monday again, and I'm feeling pretty good. My walking is getting better, less of a limp now than I've had before, so that's always good. I'm walking a little bit faster, a little bit more normal, I guess you could say, and I guess that's progress. I've spoken to my doctor today, my GP, and I want to, even though the stitches I've had put in from the surgery are dissolvable, apparently, my body just never seems to really dissolve them, so I'm arranging an appointment tomorrow, ASAP, to get the stitches removed, because in my experience with every operation I've ever had, when they've said the stitches are dissolvable, usually what happens is my body tends to heal a lot faster than expected, and then the stitches tend to pull and do more damage. So I always go usually around 2 weeks post-op and I get them removed instead. And then once they're out, I usually feel a million times better again. So right now I'm just trying my best to make little baby steps into improving how I feel and the recovery process, I guess. So hopefully I can get an appointment this week, because when I spoke to them earlier, they were talking about getting an appointment in 8 days' time, which is not going to be good enough, because these stitches need to come out now. In terms of like how it's all healing and stuff, it all looks really, really good. I'm still struggling to sit down comfortably, as you can see, but hopefully, you know, in another 2 weeks' time, that won't be a problem at all. Next week, so a week today, I've got to inflate the pump myself and deflate it 30 minutes later. I don't know why it's got to be up for 30 minutes. The nurse didn't really explain that when I saw her last week. I'm guessing it has some sort of relevance, so I'll just do what she says anyway. But they're going to phone me and talk me through it, so that'd be cool. Other than that, I'm not taking any painkillers right now. I haven't done now for 2 days. So, not that I've not needed them. I mean, I'm quite uncomfortable, but I just really hate taking tablets, and I hate filling my body with all that shit, so I'd just rather not, to be honest. If I can manage without them, then I will. I'm still having to wear like loose clothing, jogging bottoms like this, because, I mean, the crotch is quite low on them, and it's more comfortable for me. I have worn jeans a few times. One of my pairs are quite light and like spacious, and the crotch is quite low on them, and they were not too bad. But then another pair I wore were very fitted, and I mean, when I first put them on, I realised like that they felt like okay. That's what it felt like to me. And as soon as I sat down, it wasn't so great. So that wasn't the greatest idea I've ever had. I've been driving now for a week. So I started driving when I was 1 week post-op, and I mean, to be fair, like, it's not, apart from the sitting down scenario, which is going to happen whether I'm in the driver's seat or the passenger seat, it's actually not been too bad. So again, as I say in most of my videos, I don't recommend that anybody follows what I do, but I just think it's, you know, it's important that I sort of share my own experience in that way. I mean, you know, it may be possible for everyone to start driving 1 week post-op, I don't know, but I figured it'd be cool to share it. I mean, the nurse did say a few weeks ago, before I had the surgery, that I should be fine 1 week post-op. I can't admit that I was fine at 1 week post-op, but this surgery has been a damn sight easier than the rest of them, to be fair. I returned to work last Thursday, so I took something like 10 days off, but then I only work weekends, so it sort of just worked out like that. Otherwise I would have really taken the week off. But again, I gotta stress, you know, I'm a DJ, so the work that I do isn't too strenuous. It doesn't involve any lifting or, you know, shifting heavy things around. It's just involves me standing there. And I mean, you know, anyone that's on my Facebook and has seen a Facebook Live of mine would know that I usually love to like dance about and stuff, and obviously I've had to really tone that down because I can't be jumping around until I'm fully recovered. But that's the only thing I've had to change in terms of work. Other than that, I managed to get through the whole weekend of work fine, with painkillers admittedly. I'll see how it goes this weekend, and I'll update next Monday about that. So that's all good. In other news, today also marks my Manniversary. It was officially yesterday, but I forgot to post anything, so I'm just going to pretend it's today now. So my Manniversary being the day I started testosterone, the day I officially started medically transitioning, it marks 6 years. So 6 years ago I started testosterone, and this is what 6 years on testosterone looks like. And I gotta admit, it's flown by. It's really, really flown by. And, you know, I waited longer to actually get testosterone than this, but what felt like a lifetime has now just flown by in 6 years. It's happened so fast, and even all the surgeries and stuff, as most of you are aware, has been hard and has dragged out, and you know, I've really been thrown about with it. But at the same time, looking back, it has really just flown by. So it's insane to think that, you know, 6 years to the day since I started testosterone, and I'm sat here with all my surgeries done, and the only thing I ever have to worry about now for the rest of my life is an injection every 12 weeks. That's it. And in the midst of all this, what's been really, really nice, is my favourite thing to have done, is I actually booked a holiday, which is something that I've always been too afraid to do during all of this, from fear that I'm going to get a date for surgery at the drop of a hat, which never really happened. But yeah, I never really booked any holidays because I would have, for anything to be honest, would have dropped anything to accept a date for surgery, so I just didn't bother doing anything like that. And I think once I got the date for my final operation, I felt like some sudden burst of freedom, as if like I could do what I want now because I know when that's happening, and I know the expected recovery time and blah blah blah. So I booked a holiday to Portugal, so I'm going to be going there in March, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be brilliant because it's freedom, and I can be me and do what I want, and it's just, I'm looking forward to it so much. Yeah, I don't really know what else to cover. I feel like this week, even though slight progress has been made, nothing major has happened. I've not seen the doctor or anything, not had any phone calls from London. I don't expect after next week I'll ever hear from them ever again. That's kind of alright for me. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship, so it's fine. I do want to state though, for those who watched my last video, I mentioned that I'll be doing a Q&A with my girlfriend, and to drop any questions that they might have down below. I have got quite a few questions on that video. Some are really, really good actually, and I'll be making that Q&A tomorrow evening, so 24 hours from now roughly. I'll be doing that Q&A and going through those questions and answering them for you on that video. So if you're watching this now and you haven't seen that video and you do have any questions, then feel free to drop them below, because, you know, it's not too late. We'll be filming in 24 hours and putting that together, and I get to introduce you to her because she's still a mystery to all of you guys, so that would be really awesome as well. I think I'm going to wrap it up now, but if you want to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, or you know, contact me for anything, I'll drop all the links below that you need to contact me. Any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below. All good. I usually reply to, I try my best to reply to everything. So yeah, hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you want, maybe. And I'll see you guys in 24 hours. Thanks.